Greetings, peace, and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. Happy Tuesday. Ain't no sun today. She must be gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, right? Um, Being silly. Anyway, so today is Tuesday, and Tuesday's day governed by Mars. Mars is currently at the 28th degree of Gemini. Mars in Gemini has been the energy that is the activating force of bringing our perceived realities into the material realm. Mars in Gemini is the power that, when I was raised a Christian, where it said, God said, let there be light. That's Mars in Gemini. Let there be light. And then there was light. It's not just the let there be light, it's that it was spoken and then there was light. So Mars in Gemini is bringing your thoughts, what you speak, and all of that into the 3D dimension, into the earth realm. So it's time for us to really be thoughtful about what it is that we're perceiving. But before I go into that fully, I also want to invite you to register for the Rebirthing the Authentic Self course. That course is going to have this month, Jerome Braggs, we're going to be working on faith and like our connection to the divine, like how we actually practice it. It's, we all know maybe that our spirituality is supreme in our lives. Our spirituality is like our breath. It's like our beating heart. So, and it doesn't have anything to do with a religion, but, however we practice it is a religious practice. As a human being, you can create your own religion, right? And so I'm encouraging you to join that class because it's a year-long course that's going to really help us redefine all the areas in our lives to move us into the age of Aquarius, which is about our individuality. Also, the Pluto retrograde course is going to be focused on claiming your personal authority, your personal power, because Pluto's retrograding from the 26th, 27th degree of Capricorn, which is about authority. So that class is $66. It's a ritual-based class, and I will offer you the rituals to help you for the 6-month period that Pluto is in retrograde so that you can do the work to think about your personal authority and where you're giving it away, because that's what's going on. Most of us are giving our power away, and we've been conditioned to do so. Also, I'm currently the Finding Our Mothers course, which is a course that's going to be a month-long course with rituals around healing the mother wound, healing our it's our perceived experience with our mothers, right? So like you guys hear me talk about my mother was a prostitute and how that impacted my sexuality and how that impacted how I felt about women and all that sort of stuff. So we want to look at our relationships with our mothers and see how they have influenced us and if that influence is what we want, right? If we are really in alignment with our feminine lineage and then we heal it, we do the work to transmit it. This is generational. This is how we heal generational karma, doing this kind of work with our mothers. And then in June, I'm going to offer Finding Our Fathers, which is about healing the relationship with our fathers. But I don't want you to think that this means you got to go talk to them and be with them. It's an internal thing. All my work is always internal, because if you can heal it at the perception level, at the heart level, at the internal level, then it'll show up healed on the external. That's understanding how to use feminine power, that everything is internal and then it shows up externally. So I have a lot of courses that are coming out, and I'm working really hard to get them out so that you guys can benefit from them while the energies are ready and ripe for them. Okay, Mars at the 28th degree of Gemini. The 28th degree is love. Gemini is what you think and what you say and what you speak. And so are your words loving? Are your thoughts loving? And this is really simple. For me, when I feel myself in separation, which is the opposite of love. Love is holistic, wholeness. And when I feel myself in separation, which is the ego, I just love that part of myself. I just do. I just go, okay, well, let's love the part of yourself that needs love. And I love the part of my ego that's angry or that's that's sad or that feels unworthy, because love heals everything. Love is the healing balm of everything. The moon today, when I just checked, was at the fourth degree of Leo. And Leo is creative self-expression. Leo is romance, and the fourth degree is beauty. So here it is, like, are you creating beauty? You can make beauty out of anything. You really can. Like, that's the thing about the divine. If we live our lives in relationship to our love for God, Goddess, if we live our lives in relationship understanding our personal definition of God, my personal definition of God is that God is everything. There's nothing that God is not. So for me, God was the emanating force of Hitler, and God is the emanating force of Gandhi and myself and Martin Luther King and you and everyone. God is everywhere. So then nothing really is a mistake, and everything can be used as a lesson towards evolution and learning. Even the worst atrocities, the human body is, we drop this body. When we think of these horrific events, we drop these bodies and then we're just born again in another body. But we in the West, we don't understand that because we're so disconnected from the cycles and understanding how this system works. The human spirit just comes back over and over and over again because we're in an evolutionary process. So the question becomes, like, how can you use love to heal yourself? How can you love the shadow parts of yourself? How can you love the parts of yourself you've been told to hate? As we're moving into the full moon in Scorpio, many of us hold sexual shame, and sexual shame is so divisive. It creates depression, it creates anxiety, it creates fear, it creates judgment, because we don't understand that our sexuality and our spirituality are one thing. They are not separate. They work hand in hand. So for people who are really sexual, it's because they're really spiritual. That's really what that is. When I hear stories of men who have a whole lot of lovers, it's because they're coursing a lot of energy through them, and they draw into the feminine. And if they're conscious to do it in a way that's awakened, that's beautiful. But really, they're doing it because they're trying to channel all this spiritual energy, and they're using a physical form woman to do it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that that's what's at the core of it. And also for women who are really very sexual, it's because you're channeling a lot of spiritual energy. And in order to channel the energy, your sexuality is the place where that energy can be integrated. If you are conscious and awake, you can understand that the spirituality and the sexuality are one thing, and then you don't have to demonize yourselves for what you desire, for what you love, or for what brings you pleasure. Especially if you can be mature and responsible in it and speak truthfully to yourself and to others about it. So as we move into this full moon in Scorpio, we really are looking at the ways in which our shadow has been keeping us out of our authentic selves, out of our deep spirituality, which includes our sexuality. So with that, have a beautiful day. I am about to go record my podcast for the full moon in Scorpio, and then I have a day of clients. So thank you all for who are booking sessions and for registering for the classes and all of that. It is my pleasure to be of service. I love the work that I do. And I really want to encourage women, right? This is what came to me last night, that before my moon time stopped, my period stopped about a year ago, before I went into menopause. I had a practice of putting my blood in the earth. Like, I would capture it and then put it in the earth. And I encourage women to do that. Put your blood in the earth. And the reason why you want to do it is because the earth is alive. And you want the earth to know your resonance. You want the earth to know your essence. Because it is in that you can align your energetic bodies with the frequencies of the earth. And the earth is in a process of evolving and healing right now, because as humans, we are out of alignment. So the more of us as women that can bring our blood, our essence to the earth, it'll help the earth align us and herself. And so I'm just sharing that. And if it feels like it's something that resonates with you. If you have any questions about it, you can ask here. I'll do my best to answer. But it is a ritual that allows us to bring equilibrium to ourselves and to the earth. With that, I'm the Moon Mama. Have a happy Tuesday. Happy Mars Day. Mars in Gemini at the degree of love, knowing that your thoughts are going to be manifested through the activity of love. So love yourself unconditionally, no matter what. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.